And we back for another video. Today, I'm gonna show you, is Klay really washed? Is Klay really washed? Cause all y'all been slandering him crazy to start this season. And it was only through about 10 games y'all was talking about KLAY Thompson. Klay's washed. He's not gonna be the same Klay anymore. Oh, it's a different Klay. He won't be that good. But is he really washed though? I'm gonna show you some clips from the Minnesota game, and I'm gonna show you exactly how through the course of a game, how it could be so easy for a player not to be able to play at for a player like Klay, at least for a shooter, not to be able to get their rhythm and have a slow start. Not even just to a game, but possibly even to a season. And a player of Klay's caliber and how good he could shoot, because even though he had all these injuries, the Achilles, the ACL, shooting is up here. Shooting is up here. It's not like he needs to have a 40-inch vert to shoot. Nah. It's all up here. It's all in the time, the reps, the discipline, all that stuff. That's what it's in if you want to be a good shooter. And so Klay hasn't lost that. He hasn't lost none of those components. It's just that he's been just missing shots. That's all it's been. It's not like he's moving different or nothing. But I'm going to show you some clips from this game, and let me know what you think at the end of this video. But before, Rudy Gobert, man. I don't like this Rudy Gobert trade from Minnesota. I'm going to show that and explain that in a different video. But for now, let's get back to the point. Let's get back to the point. Off the gate, bro. Like, off the gate, Rudy, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Klay's first miss of the game. It was a bad miss. It was a miss left. That was a bad miss. Good contest by Cat, though. Could have had another look at another one, but I don't know what Steph was doing with that one right there. I don't know what he was doing with that one. Now this shot is tricky because you see how D'Lo comes up from behind him. D'Lo comes up from behind him and kind of puts his hand over his head like that. So as a player, you're gonna feel your defender trailing you, and you're gonna kind of feel that hand is right there. So you're not gonna want to bring it all the way back. And so he keeps it in front of his body, or in front of his forehead. Doesn't get that allow to fully bring it back. And then he's going to miss a short. Missed that one short. Good contest by D'Lo, though. And so when you don't got your shot going, in the game, you're going to try to find a way to get an easy one. Whether it's going to be just run your lane, transition, get an open three where you can get set, get your eyes on the rim. Or it's going to be using your pump fake, getting downhill, or in this case, a back door. And this kind of helps Klay get his rhythm a little bit. You know, just see one get through the basket. It doesn't matter if it's a jump shot or not. You saw one go through the basket. This is another miss. Nothing much to it. It was early in the shot clock, but Klay felt he got it. He got it. Like what I was talking about before, another one of those easy ones. He got the back door before. Before he got the back door, now he got his pump fake, got downhill, got to a floater. Get a couple easy buckets first. Get a couple easy ones if you know your shot don't feel right. And so if you get caught up in trying to just shoot your way out of it all the time, instead of trying to get to the rim, get a couple easy baskets, that's where you can end up being cold and getting like your numbers being low to start the season. So if you always do that from game to game, it's going to add up. And now your numbers are going to look lower. And that's where those allegations of people just coming and looking at the stats and saying, oh, he's washed. It just depends. It's just really about how he's able to get his rhythm. So, and how he's able to snap out of not being in rhythm. Another one of those easy ones. Like a look, and now he gets an easy one. That's wide open. Wide open off an offensive rebound. Just being in the right spot. Being in the right spot. He got his rhythm on those last two, off the back door and off the float. Now he got it. Now he got an open one. Knockdown. First made three came 6 minutes into the second quarter. 6 minutes into the second quarter. It's not always gonna happen off the rip every game. So, as a player, as a fan, you've got to be patient too. You can't overreact. That's a little tricky situation right there. That's a little tricky one. If you played basketball before, you know when you get the shot off the catch. And you're not sure if you want to pump fake or if you want to shoot it. And so anyways, you shoot it, but you feel uncomfortable shooting it. And so you're probably going to end up missing it just because it feels so weird to you. I hate that feeling because you get stuck and it's just like you shoot it, but it's just like I can't get my best shot off. That's like the situation Klay was in here. So it was in between, a little weird one, little weird miss right there. Second three doesn't even come to 3 minutes into the third quarter. You got to be patient. You got to be patient because if Klay tried to enter this game, rushing all his shots, then that's how his percentage is going to keep staying low, keep going down. But if you got to stay patient, not even just Klay, but as a shooter, as a player, you got to be patient. You can't force everything. You just got to let the game come to you. Once you get an open look, take advantage of it. Be ready for it. Now you let him hit one. Now he hit the three. Now he's getting to his mid-range. That's 30 seconds right after that one. He got to his mid-range right after that. Now he got another one. That's 8 points in a span of a minute and a half. 1 minute and a half. That's 8 points. And before that 0 for 3 start or whatever he was to start the game, now he's like 2 for 5, which is 40%, which you're trying to aim for Klay at least, someone at his level. And so once you hit that 40%, that's the difference between just staying patient. The difference between just a couple of shots. Guess it's not this one, the heat check right here. On top of that, it's not even like it was a bad shot. But peep the miss though. The best misses when you shoot shots, at least to me, when I feel them, when I let them go, it's either gonna be for when the ball comes from the back rim and bounces back short, or comes back to you off the back rim, or it hits that front rim and goes long, because it's on the inside of the rim. So you're gonna let it go, but it just doesn't have enough. Either it doesn't have enough on it, or has a little too much on it, and so it's gonna feel like it's gonna be good, but it's barely off. And so that's the ones that's always gonna feel like you're gonna make it, but it's just a miss. And that's how like tiny of changes and how tiny of your release could be, just that could mess up your percentage. Adding this graphic, this is what y'all was basing Klay off of. Y'all was trying to formulate his skill level and how high of a level he can perform at based off these first 8 games in a whole 81 game season, which to me makes no sense at all. I don't know why people be jumping to some conclusions so much. Maybe because y'all just be impatient. Y'all always want to see things be at the best like this. You always want to see things come quick. But things just don't work like that. Not even just in basketball, but in life in general. Things just don't always happen quick. Sometimes you're going to be in a little funk. You're going to be in a little close. You're going to be in a drought. Whether it's in basketball, sports, life, it's going to be whatever it is. But if you try to formulate ideas and opinions based off something super early, that's not the right conclusion. You don't have enough evidence to make that conclusion. So if you just stay patient, look at these next 8 games. Look at these next 8. I don't like to use stats too much if you see my videos, but the proof is right here. I just like to use it for the basic stuff, like the points. I don't use all those advanced stats. I just like to keep it basic if I do use stats. And even then, we can look at his full season stats. Before, he was at like 33% like a week ago. Like a week ago, he was like 33%. Now, that's bad. Yeah, it's 33%. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad, but now he's at 40 just because he split those 8 games. His first 8 games were at 33. Next 8, 44. He's going to even out, be at about 40. So you can't even say Klay's washed now. You can't say he's washed right now because look at his numbers. He's at 40%. 40% is a top tier shooter in the NBA. And so if you're still going to say Klay's washed, you just a hater. It's just what it is. You're just a hater. Then he's got a couple more. He's got a couple more threes coming at the end of this one. Curl. That's that one he missed before. Hits it this time. That same Curl he missed before, made it this time. Man, Rudy Gobert is just so whack, bro. Like, I'm surprised Minnesota just didn't trade him for a first-round pick, a second, Pat Beverly, and a dime bag and like $5,000 cash. Cause I'm not dropping all that just to get Rudy Gobert. I would have just got someone else. I'm gonna tell y'all who I would have got if I was Minnesota in another video. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. So, but for now, let's get back to that point. Let's get back to the point. Klay is not washed. He is not washed. That's the last one to end the game. Klay was cold to start the season. He was cold. He went to Antarctica for like a week or two, but now he's back. Now he's back. He's getting his rhythm again. He's warm. He went from Antarctica, then he went straight to the beach in Los Angeles or something, or in California or something. But now he's getting back to his groove, man. And so if you're gonna say Klay's washed at this point, you just hating. You can't say he's washed. You can even look at the numbers. You can look at the games. It's just that he hasn't been able to get his rhythm the right ways throughout games. And like I showed you before on those misses, it's such a little change between shots and how detailed you have to be to make shots, and the difference between a make and a miss. That could just drop your percentages down for the season. Like a lot of those shots Klay was missing before, he probably let him go, and I was like, oh, that feels good. It's going in. But he probably had one of those good misses. That back rim comes back, or one of those front rim goes forward. He probably had a bunch of good misses, but once he makes that change and he starts to get those reps up and he starts to actually knock those down, all it took is for Klay to shoot that one game in Houston for his percentage to go up like 4%. And now he's really getting back to 40%. So like he literally like 1 3 a game. If he had made 1 3 per game throughout the whole season, he would have never touched 33%. It's just a difference between just little makes and shots. And so if you still think Klay washed, like I said before, you just hating. And so before the video ends, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on those notifications, and we out of here.